Let's talk self-care and consumerism. So if you're like me, then you love investing into new self-care products that make you feel good. But I also want to speak about the importance of practicing mindful consumption, what that means, and how you can find balance. So consumerism at its core is the idea that our happiness, our comfort, or even our identity is tied to constantly buying more. And when that turns into overconsumption, it can have real consequences when it comes to not only our bank accounts, but our mental well being, our sense of self, and even our environment. So it keeps us in this loop of constantly chasing the next best thing instead of nurturing ourselves with what we already have. So today, we'll be diving into what consumerism really is, how it impacts our environment, ourselves, and how you don't always need the next new thing to have a fulfilling self care routine. And of course, there's nothing wrong with buying products that you love. It's just about being mindful of what you use, how you use it, and also mixing in a little bit of nature and simplicity. So if you're interested, let's get into it. Hi loves, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. My name is Tyla. Thank you so much for joining me for today's Talk with Ty Tuesday. Today is all about consumerism, so let's just get right into it. Now, I know you guys that come across this video already know and see how bad consumerism is getting, especially with the increase of different platforms and being able to buy products through these platforms. We have TikTok shop, we have the Instagram shops, we have even shops now on YouTube where you can watch a video and buy things. There's always a product that is being pushed into our face. And while it is nice to be able to buy new products that enhance your lifestyle, it also does have a lot of cons to it as well. Now, for me, for example, I'm very big on investing into myself when it comes to my lifestyle. So when it comes to my health, when it comes to my beauty, when it comes to things that just elevate me in every aspect, whether that's physically, emotionally, spiritually, and mentally. So I do love buying things that do help to enhance those areas of my life. And a way that I like to practice mindful consumption is I like to be aware of what it is that I'm buying. And I like to buy things if I know that is genuinely going to bring me some sort of positive benefits and impact. So if it's a beauty product, knowing that it's something that can actually enhance my skin long term and not just something that may be trendy at the moment that I don't actually need, but taking time to reflect on if it's something that is a need that can enhance my lifestyle, or if it's just something that I feel I just want to buy just because it's trendy. Consumerism is the belief that purchasing goods and services is a desirable way to express happiness and well-being, or an economic theory that an ever-increasing consumption of goods is advantageous to the economy. It can also refer to the consumer protection movements. Many economists view high consumer spending as essential for economic growth as it drives demand and creates jobs. Consumerism is often linked to conspicuous consumption, where people buy and display extensive goods to signal or improve their social status. It can foster a lifestyle where people believe their happiness is dependent on material possessions rather than other factors. Now, when we talk about self-care and consumerism, this is a really big thing because a lot of the trends and things that you see nowadays when it comes to self-care involve different products, doing different things, spending money. It's always about spending money to practice self-care and needing something outside of yourself in order to pour into yourself. I do take pride in investing into things that elevate my everyday living. So I don't believe that there's anything wrong with buying new products and wanting to invest in yourself in that way. But it's all about having a balance and being mindful as well about the products that you are buying. Now, of course, like with anything, there are pros and cons. So let's go over some of the cons when it comes to consumerism. And the first one that I want to speak about is when it comes to our environment. So when we're talking about the environmental impact, the constant cycle of production and consumption leads to overconsumption of natural resources, pollution, and a significant amount of waste. So when it comes to a lot of these products that we use, they're using a lot of resources and a lot of things to create these products. And it also is creating a lot of waste, which is damaging our environment. So a way that I personally like to combat this aspect is by buying products and finding brands that have natural ingredients that are also eco-friendly, vegan, and aren't toxic for the environment. I have worked so hard to try and switch out a lot of the things that I use to finding things that are better for the environment and as well as better for my skin, because a lot of the time these products are not even really good for you or your skin and have a lot of negative effects in the long run. So just be mindful of what it is that you're putting into your body, onto your body, and what it is that you're using. There's so many great alternatives when it comes to clothing, body care, skincare, hair care, just what you put in and on your body. So just being mindful about what it is that you're using and making sure that it's something that is healthy for you and for the environment. And the thing too, when it comes to consumerism and just overconsumption, is that it can lead to stress. It also leads to clutter, and it can lead to feelings of being not good enough or just feeling like you always need the next best thing in order to fulfill yourself and your needs. Now, when it comes to the psychological toll as well as even social inequality, some research suggests that materialistic focus can lead to individual anxiety and negatively affect overall well-being and happiness. It also does create and reinforce class divisions between those who can afford the latest goods and those who cannot. So I also do want to give some tips and insight onto how you can cultivate self-care routines that have a more of a balance. So that involve using products, but as well as using things in your day-to-day and even nature. So for starters, you want to just get an idea of what your essentials are. What are your non-negotiables when it comes to your self-care? So for me personally, that would be like the products that I use on a day-to-day for my self-care, which is my skincare products, my hair care products, my body care products, and my hygiene products. I'll create a separate video on products and brands that I personally love, but just to give you some more inspiration, you can think about stepping outside for a mindful walk, letting the breeze and the earth reconnect you to a sense of peace, or maybe even finding a quiet corner to journal your thoughts, pouring them onto the page, and also letting yourself be cradled by a moment of meditation, allowing your breath to guide you to calm. You can even also awaken your creativity by doing a little bit of doodling, writing poetry, singing maybe, dancing. You can do a body scan or self-massage to release tension and feeling each muscle gently unwind. And you can even give yourself a mini digital detox to find stillness. But all of these are simple, free ways to nourish your soul and uplift your spirit. So give them a try. I hope that you enjoy them, and let them remind you that self-care is truly just about the little mindful moments that we give ourselves. So I want to end this video by saying that your self-care routine is really just about what makes you feel good and fulfilled genuinely, and what helps you to ultimately be your best. And it's also just about creating a routine that's full of mindfulness and balance as well. So I'm so happy that you joined me today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Peace out and much love.